What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This Isaac Insights. Let me start by saying thank you so much for those who have subscribed. We have got more subscribers, and I'm happy as we are speaking. You are at 700 subscribers. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. I know others will be subscribing, and I'm glad. Please continue supporting me. Yes. So, guys, today I'm here. I'm here. This is my normal place. I always say that I live in a forest because I'm an animal, and as you can see, that is our garden here. Small garden with 3, 4, 5 sukuma wikis. In case we have not bought them in the market, we can use this one. So guys, today I'm here. I've been promising to give you uh, details of walling. You know, walling is part of building that you can't escape. And the reason why I'm turning this camera, when I say walling, this is what I mean. These are walls. So today, on walling, I want to make this easier because remember we are trying to save costs for those who wish to build and they feel maybe it's kind of hard. So today, I want to give you the details, break down the details. I want you to choose between bricks and machine cut stones or blocks. So guys, uh, for walling, if you're building a 3-bedroom house, you need 3,000 stones. Not sure about, I'm saying 3,000 stones because that's what I used. But for bricks, I'm not sure, but I'm aware it's around 12,000 bricks. Now, guys, as we always say, in building, my camera, my camera is making me look like I am a genie. So, guys, this is what I'm saying, eh? Walling is the easiest part of building, by the way, if you don't know. If there is any other part that you are thinking it's expensive, that is cheaper than walling, then you are lying yourself. The only part on walling that is expensive is when it comes to lintel, that is kind of expensive. But the other part, the stones, the bricks, they are always cheap. And this is my breakdown of walling. Huh? Let's say you have you want to use machine machine cut stones. You know, buying machine cut stones will be kind of expensive for those who come away from Nairobi, but for those who comes around the area of Nairobi, it's always cheaper because I'm aware you even buy those stones with at least 40 to 45 or 50 up to your site for one stone. But for us, we use 80, 85 for for those who are outside Nairobi, like Kakamega. We use around 80 to 85. So you can see, if you are in this part of the world, it means that buying stones will be more expensive compared to bricks. And this is how you can um, you can compare the two and then make a decision of what you want to use. Now let me give you this breakdown. You know, when using bricks always build a beautiful house. Remember I told you we need to kill the pressure that comes with building. And the pressure that comes with building also on walling, it's there. The reason why I'll tell you is this. Someone will tell you it's better you take machine cut stones than bricks by giving you reasons like, oh, machine cut stones are stronger than bricks. Now let me ask you, for me, I knew about machine cut stones in 20, I think it was 2015 when I went to Nairobi, because after high school I went to Nairobi for my university. So that's when I knew about machine cut stones. And before then, I used to admire all beautiful houses in our area, in our constituency, those around us, even our school. they were using bricks. Most classes were being constructed using bricks. So, do you think those houses were weak? The answer probably is no. So leave that pressure out and go for bricks if you can't afford the price of stones. I know the pressure also comes with during finishing, you can put this case and it will be cheaper. It will be cheaper. Yes, I agree with that. But now my question is this. At the end of the day, you need something beautiful. These keys are always good for just short period of time. But after some time, you just feel like even if you have a house, you always put the paint. You always paint using your paint choice. But after some years, you can decide, hey, I want to change this paint. That is the way keys are. So it means if your house has keys, the day you will want to change that test, it means you will just still have to put the plaster. But I'm not disguising these stones, I'm not disguising keys. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have enough money, you can still go for bricks and your house will just be okay. Because, for example, look at this house. It's very beautiful, right? Yes. Obvious, you will agree with me, it's beautiful. You plaster it outside, inside. If anyone comes, for me, I used blocks and I did plaster. So if you come at my place, you will not know if I used blocks or bricks. But if there is someone somewhere who used bricks and they also plastered and painted their house, you will not know if it is bricks or blocks. So just go for what is easy. For me, I always say bricks are cheaper. For those, maybe your pocket is not that good. Bricks are cheaper in a way. You know, bricks is not a must to buy them. For example, let's calculate. You need around, let's go with a sum of 10,000, but it's around 12,000 or so. So let's go with the 10,000 so that we get that calculation easier. You are buying your brick at 7 shillings or 8 up to your site. 7 shillings bricks. It will be a total of 70,000. That means when it's 2,000, 2,000 times 7, 14. So it will be around 84, right? If I'm not wrong, it will be around 84, 84K. Or let's say 70,000, you have your bricks. And if you want to cut that cost to be a half, you can also hire someone and then they come make that bricks using your soil, using your firewood, and it will be cheaper because it will be coming to around 50,000 if you make those bricks by yourself. That is at your workplace. I know you may not know how to make them, but you can go and hire someone who knows how to make them. Then you use people, cheap labor, for example, those who supply you with water. Those the food, the main cause of food is just directing people. This is what we are doing. So your price will come to 40 to 50,000. That is how you will have cut cost with bricks. But stones, you don't have any option. You go for blocks, it will be 80,000. 80 per stone, right? Yes, 80, 85. That's the price here in Kakamega. I'm giving you the price of Kakamega. But also, for blocks, you can make it cheaper by making them by yourself. If you make them by yourself, it will also be cheaper, considering you just hire someone to come at your place, then he or she does all that work. And by the way, that is one way of building that I will recommend because it's kind of cheaper. It may even take almost 3 quarters. It will be 3 quarters. You will have saved a quarter. So let's say this: your house needs 3,000 for bricks. We have said it's coming to around 70,000. Now let's calculate the one for stones, machine cut stones. They are coming with the price of 80. Please keep note. The price I'm saying includes transport. I am aware you buy those stones at 25, 29, around that price, but transporting them to Western is always expensive. That's why I'm telling you it's around 80 shillings, if low 75, but let's go with 80. So you want 3,000 stones, 3,000 machine cut stones. It will be 80 times 3,000. 80 times 3,000, 8 times 3, 24. You can see it's coming to around 240, 240,000, which is more expensive than bricks. Now, I understand the expense that comes with the bricks. You will be told, oh, you will use a lot of cement, you will use, and for stones, you will use little. But let's let's calculate with you. If you build with cement, that walling may take to around, you have bought your bricks at a price of 70k or 80,000 or 84,000 for 12,000. Then you calculate it, you buy cement, you buy sand, you buy everything. Even if you will save sand here, but building your wall will cost you below 200,000, if I'm not wrong. No, below 250, around 250,000. That's, but building the wall alone, just 200,000 is enough, I think, because we will need cement and sand. And then on the other side, you will need the same, but now since you can see the length, so you will have saved, yes, cement. But if you happen to get your house with 240k, and on the other side you used 240k to buy stones, you have not bought that little cement that is assumed, you can see how expensive it will be. So maybe let's say, or let's agree on this. If you are financially unstable, go for bricks, hire someone, let him or her make those bricks at your place, and you will have saved a lot. For those who are coming from Western Kenya, or for those whose, when it comes to these stones, they are costing around over 60 shillings per stone. So after that, now let me tell you, let me break down what is required for you to build your wall. So your wall, as I earlier stated, it is the cheapest. Walling is the cheapest when it comes to building, because I don't know if there is any other step that is cheaper than walling. Because if you happen to use, let's say, 300 shillings on walling, finishing will take even double of that. Believe me, because walling, you only need this. You need the stones or bricks. Then there is something that's called wall pass. You will need it. I think there are those ones. And it's also the most enjoyable step of building, because when building a house, whenever you wake up in the morning and you see your house is like this one, you can see this one, there is always happiness, there is always pleasure, you always feel, yes, there is that fulfillment, yes, I'm doing it. But at foundation you may not feel that, because you wake up in the morning, you look at it, it's like nothing has been done. But when you are on walling stage, you look at your walls and you feel, wow, I'm doing something. Until you reach lintel, that's when you also start feeling the pain, because when it comes to lintel, you need steel bars, which makes it somehow expensive. For me, in fact, for me it was very expensive, and I almost cried because it costed me around 130,000. buying the steel bars, because that time Uhuru had banned scraps and it was very expensive. I was buying D10 for 1400 each, and then D8 I was buying it at 1100. So it was very expensive during that time. And remember, my fundi advised me, and I think that was also a best idea. Though I felt the pain, but my fundi advised me, if you are building, ensure you have 4 bars for your lintel, 4 bars. Then you have the, and lintel is what is called ring beam, by the way. I know maybe I have used a different language. So making that ring beam is somehow expensive, but at the moment I don't think if it's expensive, because the D10 is going for around 1,000, and then D8 around 6. D10 in fact it's below 1,000, and then D8 is around 700. Yes, and I will advise you, when these things are kept, those are some of the things you can buy and just keep them for your future, because you don't know when you will be building where that price will be. Things to do with the iron sheet, this now the steel bars, you can buy them in advance. Stop waiting for that time. Stop asking people that what is the price of 3 bedroom. If I have no, there are some things, if you have money, just buy them and prepare, because on building, for example, let me give you an example. Anything, what, you can make your own bricks, even if the economy changes in which direction. Things like bricks, you can make them by yourself. So stop going for bricks at the moment. That is not the right time. If you are not ready to build, you can do it later. If you have a dream of buying these stones, you can. Yes, you can buy them, but ensure you are buying these stones when you have those steel bars, because quotation obvious will be given, and if you want one, I can give you. For example, if you are building a 3 bedroom house, you need around 70. Yes, around 70 steel bars D10, and then D8 you will need around 40, 44, around there. But around 40 is enough. So you buy such, keep them, so that when you will decide, I'm now going to build my house, my dream house, and you don't have bricks, you can organize young men in these villages. People want such jobs. You can organize them, tell them, hey, we are going to make I want you to help me make these bricks. Some of these skills you can even get them online, and then you just hire labor to help you achieve what you have learned online, because online is there to teach us. Some of us, we have this knowledge not because that we know how to do it, but because either we have done it or we have learned it from online, right? So walling, 3 bedroom house, walling will cost you 3,000 stones. For those who are in Kakamega, 3,000. Let's not give exact price, because that may also discourage someone. But you need ring beam, you need stones, and you need cement. And cement is not that a lot, because if you are using bricks and you have around 70 bucks, they are enough. But these stones, if you have 50 bucks, they are enough. Not 70 bucks for bricks. It may be more. Please forgive me if I'm wrong, because I'm also a human being, and I'm meant for errors. So if we roughly calculate, let's say you are using these stones. Let's go with these stones, because the deviation is always little. In fact, the one for bricks is always cheaper. So the calculation for our walling breakdown, 3,000 stones will cost us around, let's say around 200,000. Then cement will cost us around 60k, 60 70k, yes, or 80 if it goes that much. But plus ring beam, let's just say 80 90 will be okay. So if we go with the price of 90, or let's go with 100, because we'll still need to do plaster, so that even if it remains, we'll use it on plaster. That's come if you take 100 bucks, that's coming for now here in Kakamega, it will be 85,000. You can see how cheap it is, right? Then the stones, the buying stones, but also remember there is always transport when it comes to buying that cement. So it's not just 85, it's around 90. Then we will need wall pass for 3 bedroom. You may need 2 or 3 of them, but just buy 4, because wall pass has a lot of work even when it comes to roofing. So even if it remains, you will have something. And wall pass is costing around 3200. That is the time I was building one roll. I don't know at the moment, but that is the price. So let's put it at 3,000. I'm trying to accommodate that person that I may inconvenience or I may discourage when I say high prices. But let's put it at 3,000. You buy 4 of them. That's 12 plus cement. It's coming to over 100k now. We are coming to 100,000. Then ring beams. If the price is at if you want 6 of them, that is D10, and one is costing 1,000, it means you will be required to have 65,000. Then D8, so ring beam, let's say if we have 110k, it will be enough. So we have 200 plus walls. We said let's estimate with 200,000, that's around 400k. Now you will be required. Oh, we need little ballast for ring beams, because those ring beams, they are not that cheap. Also, you look at them, it's just a small layer. In fact, when I was building my ring beam, that is the time I asked myself, what about those who are building gorofas? They have money, because the price of ring beam, the price of coming up with a ring beam can go even up to 150,000. Believe me, you, 150k, 150k plus labor. So approximately walling can take you, we can say around 500k. Is it 500? Yes. You consider everything, it's around 500,000. So for those who are asking if you can finish your house with, if you can finish your house with 500 for 2 bedroom, I have answered you, you cannot. So 500 can help you do that walling very well. That is the walls, lintel. However cheap it may look, but it is expensive. We have calculated with you 3,000 stones. Let's start with 3,000 stones. Then cement, let's go with 100, but I'm sure those 100 will remain, because I believe even after you have remained with something, it means you will go inside and start plastering. That's what you are required to have for your walling. You can see it's sucking your money, and that's why I'll go back to my advice. If you want to build a house, please start buying some materials. These materials that you can keep them in your house and forget about it, like iron sheets. Buy them, because if you don't, you may not build. You will reach that stage. Maybe you came with 1 million thinking that it will be enough. uh, 1 million cannot do anything for 3 bedroom, but for other houses it can. But for 3 bedroom, 1 million is less, but up to just walling, it takes around 800,000. That is the fair truth. I know you may hate me. I know some may comment negatively, but we are all learning. Maybe I've messed somewhere, but what I've given you is what you will get on the ground. Get there, you will see it. Ask anyone who has done, and please don't go and ask someone who has built a small house and then tried to fix. Oh, there is no dining. There are two bedrooms which are very small. There is a kitchen which is equivalent to a corridor. There is a toilet which is equivalent to to a corridor, and also there is one toilet in the house. Please, if you ask such a person on advice, he or she probably will counter me, because he tried to squeeze the little budget to come up with his or her house. But also, this is the only advice that I'm leaving you with. When you start a journey of building a permanent house, when you start a journey of building a permanent house, don't look at money. Look at what you will want in the next 10 years. Because as I told you, in this life, in most cases, we are just passing. Yani sisi mali tuko sahi tunapita tu. And for you to have a good house that will take you 10, 20 years, because you don't know how you will be in the next 10 years. Maybe you may say, for me, I'm saying, yes, I need a mansion. But nikuje nishindwe kupata ile pesa inaweza nijengea mansion. Nitafanya aje? Si nitaishi tu kwa ile nyumba yangu. So, ukiwa unajenga nyumba, or let me say it in English, if you are building a house and you are squeezing, you will come to regret later, because huenda familia itakuwa kubwa. I know you keep on swearing that huwezi kuwa na watoto zaidi ya 5, but si uko na watoto wawili, uko na watoto 3, wote waende wazae na wakuletee wajukuu. So lazima uangalie future. You also need to look into future when building a house, so that you just build a spacious house, a house that can accommodate people, a house that if there is, let's say, by bad luck, but these are things that happen in our normal life. Let's say there is funeral at your place. People can come and you can accommodate them without pressure. Yani watu wajifinyeli ati umepeleka watu sitting room na watu 10 hawawezi kaa. Usifinye nyumba. That's why we are saying, jenga tu nyumba kubwa, weka bedroom kubwa, weka nini. Na ukijenga nyumba kama hiyo, ndio ufike tu skeleton peke yake itakuchukua 2 million. Skeleton itakuchukua 2 million, because I know madirisha tu na milango peke yake. For me, madirisha na milango, and I have my welder here, by the way, by the name Orengo. If you look at comments, he always comment mostly. He is my welder. Ask him. He made, in fact, I went for cheapest, and by the way, I can talk about windows. My welder Orengo came, he gave me the quotation, and it looked cheap. But at the end of the day, believe me, those windows and door, steel doors, not the ones inside, steel doors, the front one and the one from kitchen, it costed me over 200,000. It costed me 220,000. Yes, 220,000. That's plus labor, and he was very cheap, and I can recommend him. I know very soon I will meet him, and I will allow him to talk to you, because the young man anajituma, anafanya kazi yake, hana tamana pesa. Ati akwambie juu material umenunua 150,000 tuende na quarter. Na huwa anasema is it 25%? Yes. Ana hiyo. Atakwambia very fair price. Mimi simu advertise, but alineguza, because you can imagine ile time mimi nikinunua chuma, juu nimewambia mimi nikijenga ilikuwa wakati Uhuru alikuwa ameban scraps. So chuma zilikuwa very expensive. Milango tu na nini alinichomea nyumbani, but ilikuja to 220,000. You believe it or not, atakomenda hapo muone, na pia anaweza kuadvise what to do because he advised me accordingly. Mimi nilimwambia bwana, mimi nataka dirisha kubwa, nikamwonyesha, unaona hizi dirisha ziko kwa nyumba yangu, nikamwonyesha nataka dirisha kubwa na nataka hii style. Jamaa kanitolea what I wanted. So kujenga ndio nyumba ifike roofing skeleton, hapo hujaanza mambo ya plaster, you need 1.5 million. You like it or not, you need 1.5 million, na lazima italala. But si ati pia ni kudiscourage. Nimekuambia kuna pia tactics za kusave pesa. For example, kutengeneza matofali mwenyewe, pia kujenga polepole. Though kujenga polepole watu wengine hawapendi juu wengine wanasikianga ni kama wamerogwa. Unajua sometimes unaweza kuwa hujarogwa, lakini unakaa hivyo unasikia tu mimi nimerogwa, then unakuwa umejiroga. Otherwise, let me say thank you so much. May God bless you. Tuonane kwa next video. I'll be giving the breakdown of roofing. Roofing, it's also not cheap. Hakuna kitu rahisi. And that's why my calculation kwa mambo ya kujenga, nitakuambia ukiwa unajenga nyumba kubwa zaidi, itakuwa around 1.5 for skeleton. Ukiwa moderate, itakuwa 1.3. But let's say 1.5. Just as kuja hapo tuambie umejengea pesa ngapi. Juu wewe umejenga juzi last month, na wewe ni mwanaume juu ulijenga nyumba na wiki mbili. Otherwise, thank you so much. May God bless you.